everybody, it's Melissa. Today I'm giving you my full review, an honest opinion about the newest Viktor and Rolf fragrance. This one is called Spicebomb Dark Leather. I was going to say Dark Spicebomb Leather. Spicebomb Dark Leather, EDP. Do I like it? Do I not like it? As always, all thoughts and opinions are my own. Discount codes and discount links pinned in the comments section below in case y'all want to support the channel. Okay, so overall, I do like this fragrance. And I have to constantly remind myself that people on YouTube can't clock my sarcasm like they do with my other platforms, right? I made a video of this and I posted it. It's like a short video. And I was like, I don't even like this fragrance. I had a little smirk. I had the side eye going. And I thought people would pick up on it. And they're like, oh, you don't like it? That's a bummer. I wanted to try it, but you're making me kind of steer away from it. And it's just like, oh well. I mean, if that's how you took it, but don't let somebody on the internet dictate whether you want to try something or not, especially a fragrance as accessible as these like standard designers where you could try it for free at the store, at like Macy's, at the mall. Go try it for free on your skin. Go see how you like it. But for me, I actually really do enjoy this. Now, I think that, the spice bombs are known to be masculine fragrances, that's how they're marketed. But I really do find dark leather to be unisex. And I think if you're somebody that's into fragrances, regardless of your gender, if you like leather, you're gonna enjoy this scent. And what I thought was cool was when I was wearing this fragrance, I was hanging out with my sister that day and she smelled it and she was like, ooh, that's nice. She's like, that's like a dark feminine fragrance right there. And just so you guys know, I don't give anybody a reason to kind of be biased about my fragrances. Like when they smell me or if they're asking questions about stuff or giving me any sort of feedback on it, I never feed into like, oh, by the way, this is a masculine fragrance, is blah, 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 blah. I don't give them any tips like that because I want them to tell me exactly what they think with the way that they perceive it. No bias, right? So for her, she's like, ooh, that's like a dark feminine energy fragrance. And then when I said it was Spicebomb, because she's familiar that the spice bombs are masculine scents, she's like, that feels unisex. Like, she's like, are you sure it's like not a unisex fragrance? So that's how cool fragrances are, is it really just depends on the canvas. Like I tell you guys so many times, the labeling doesn't mean shit. If you want to try it, go try it because you'll be surprised how it plays out on your skin. So to me, I really feel like Spicebomb Dark Leather is a unisex fragrance because I just really see this on people that a little bit, I don't want to say goth, but you know what? I feel like this would be sexy on goth people. I can't lie, right? Like, oh man, all the All-American Rejects aren't goth. Oh, I don't know why their song was the first one to pop into my head, but it's just like, oh, you like wearing all black? You like wearing like the dark lipstick? That's hot. And you wear this fragrance? Like chains and whips excite you? Yes, you should absolutely try on this scent. I do think note-wise, it comes across just very leathery. Of course, that's the main thing here, leather with some spices. So I believe there's nutmeg, cinnamon, probably tobacco, leather, of course, and incense in this. I don't get too much incense with this fragrance on my skin, but it starts to kind of teeter there when you wear it in warm weather. So I don't recommend wearing this when it's warm outside because this mixed with the heat and then when the incense starts popping off, it kind of kills the vibe for me personally. I like to just stick to 1 to 2 sprays of this scent. And that's not like an across the board thing I recommend for everybody. That's just for me knowing the weather I live in. And also this fragrance can become annoying to someone like myself when I'm constantly smelling it like that. So I like the sexy dark fragrances to kind of just be more like of a tease. Kind of people smell it when I give them a hug and they're like, oh, right? And then they're just like, yeah, that's different. And then it's just kind of suspended in the air when I'm talking to somebody individually versus wearing this fragrance, blasting it with sprays, people smell it before they see you, and then it comes across too desperate, too try hard, to give me attention, compliment my fragrance, right? So I think there's a fine line you gotta walk when it comes to fragrances like this that have bold personalities that can swing that pendulum one side or another. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, as far as performance goes with this, I get a noticeable 6 hours with this scent. And when I say 6 hours, that's a very conservative number. And that's the number going off of the 1 to 2 sprays that I mentioned. So if you're someone that likes to go 3 to 5, more than 5, yeah, it's definitely going to last over 8 hours on you. So I don't think that the performance and the longevity of this scent is bad at all. I don't spray this enough to a point where it's like projecting over 2 to 3 arms lengths away. Again, I kind of keep it in 1 arm's length between like half to a full. So that's the sort of projection I'm getting with the sort of sprays that I do with this scent. And I like to just spray it kind of on the back of my shoulder blades. I keep this area empty when it comes to this fragrance. And another thing that I'll say is I do think for a standard designer scent, I can absolutely see this being like a challenging fragrance or almost somewhat of a niche scent, okay? And I know that the niche lovers here are like, what? There's no way. But think about it, right? When you walk into the store or walk into the mall and you're greeted with the masculine fragrances and the feminine fragrances, a lot of the scents that you're smelling on both those sides are pretty similar to one another. On the masculine side, you're getting a lot of Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, blue fragrances, Ambroxan, YSL, YEDP, all of that sort of stuff. So when you're met with a fragrance like dark leather that takes it in the complete opposite direction, to a lot of people, that's going to get a lot of attention, whether it's positive attention or negative attention. The last thing I do want to say about this scent is, I think I touched on it earlier, this to me is a cold weather fragrance, fall, winter, but I like going based off saying cold weather first because some people's fall and some people's winter is still 80 to 90 degrees. So this is where I would like you guys to utilize your common sense. When you hear me say, oh yeah, it's a fall winter fragrance, don't be like, well, I live where it's 95 degrees in the winter, so it's a winter fragrance. Think, all right? But I really do think that, like, I'm just imagining wearing this fragrance in New York City in the winter time. Like before, like, when it's kind of snowing a little bit, that sort of stuff. It would smell so good. It would smell so cuddly. So I do think that this is not a fragrance you buy when it's your first scent, right? If you come across this video and you're just starting to get into fragrances and you're like, oh, what should I get? I'm going to get Spicebomb Dark Leather. I would say this is something that you round off with your collection. No matter if you only have 2, 3 fragrances, whatever it is, this is something that's going to add balance. It's going to add to the fragrance. It's not going to be your one-shot wonder. Unless you live somewhere where it's cold year round, then sure. But yeah, this one would be a good addition. I can see it as a nice date night fragrance. I could see it as like, yeah, you guys like looking at, I don't know, Christmas lights, whatever it is, and you're kind of snuggling into each other wearing a fragrance like this. It's good. It's chill. And the cinnamon here wasn't as prominent on me. Didn't get it as much. It was more of a black pepper leather on me. But I would like the cinnamon to kind of shine through. Shit, that'd be really nice. That'd make this a very delicious fragrance. So I'll find a way to get that popping off on my skin. But if y'all have tried this fragrance, let people know what you think in the comment section below. But also give some details with that. Let people know that, oh, okay, I just tried a sample of it. This is the sort of performance I get. Don't be here saying, oh yeah, I tried that fragrance only lasts 3 hours, and you just have like a small little sample and it didn't even squeeze out, and that's what you noticed out of it. All right, so be as specific as possible. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.